Halloween Palm Springs point of view.
I'll get you, my little pretties.
Yee-haw!
And you cowboys, too.
That's right, that's right. It's Halloween time. And we had to do
Halloween.
For you.
How are you spending your Halloween? Watching us, of course.
As you should be.
And Conrad,
yes.
how have you been spending your Halloween
Very
weekend?
busy weekend this weekend. Saturday was out with my production company out on El Paseo, the shops in El Paseo, for a Queen's Ball, all decked out in Bridgerton's theme. It was a blast with music, balloon twisters, food, drinks, a good time.
I like that.
And then, of course, on Sunday, I was at the Cathedral City Hall where I was a judge judging some of the kids' costume contest where they get to win bikes this weekend. It was a blast.
That's great.
And what about you? You're busy also.
Well, yes. Halloween-wise, I attended the Witches Luncheon.
Ooh.
Yes, which was bigger and better than ever. That formerly known as the Witches of Whimsey, but because we have warlocks now that are invited.
They were welcomed in this year.
They were welcomed in, and boy, the costumes. I mean, it's always, you know, Palm Springs.
Of course.
And this year, my dear friend Candy Glickman organized, as she always does, and the Witches Luncheon was a fundraiser for Safe House of the Desert.
Always a great
Yes.
thing, right? That's good. Sounds good. Well, we have, besides our Halloween stuff, we have a lot going on this week. A lot was going on this week.
Yes, well, I was away in Santa Fe. You were here to play. And
And boy, did I play.
You've got some great pieces that we're going to talk about. You were flying high at Desert Jet Center in Thermal. Tell us about that.
What a beautiful private airport out in that area. First of all, the structure, the beauty of the building is very modern. And within this building, the lobby, they have a yearly art exhibit. And I was very fortunate to sit down and speak with Sue Townsley, who is the wife of Tim Townsley, who had the art there. Let's take a look. It's a sunny day here in Thermal, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. We're ready to fly. Are you?
We are. I'm ready to go. I am joined here by the Chief Marketing Officer, Chris Little. Chris, thank you for having us here.
Oh, thank you for being here. We're so happy to have you and excited to show off our facility and some of the beautiful art that you're going to see.
Most definitely. When did the Desert Jet Center come to life?
Well, actually, we're part of a big company. It's Desert Jet. We're an aircraft management and a charter company. We started back in 2007. We built this beautiful facility and completed it in 2019. We provide fueling and ground services. We wanted to extend our high level of service that we give our customers and their experience in the air with our charter services, also on the ground.
This is a private airport?
The Jacqueline Cochran Regional Airport, where we're located at, is a county-owned, publicly used airport. It services general and business aviation. So when they want to set their flight plans and travel here to Thermal, which is actually the best place to land, closest to all the country clubs, facilities, tennis, equestrians around the corner.
Coachella. Can you only be taking a plane in order to come in here?
Primarily, it is for uses of people that come in to utilize the services.
So you can't do special events here?
Yes, we do, and we have.
Desert Jet Center is involved with some of the schools and aviation and introducing students to that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, thank you for asking. So we work with our local high school here. We help to launch an aviation program. Provides the opportunity for people here locally that aren't aware of what aviation can be.
I know that you are currently hosting an artist exhibit here. Who's the artist?
Talented artist by the name of Tim Townsley.
Before we take off and get on one of our jets behind us, let's take a moment and talk to Sue and find out more about the art. We're very fortunate to have the wife of Tim Townsley, who is the artist, here with us today. Sue, good to see you as always.
Oh, well, thank you so much for inviting me out here.
I noticed that there are a lot of musicians that are highlighted. Did Tim have a thing with musician paintings? Tell me, how did that come along?
Oh, thank you. It's mostly jazz. We were part of a jazz club in Los Angeles, and Tim gave the paintings to several of the artists, musicians that he painted. And he's kind of known for those pieces of work, and he had several jazz shows over time.
And something completely different is a very long 12-footish or so desert landscape with a roadrunner. Where did that come from?
Oh, I have no idea. It's a lot of sense of humor.
It makes you smile.
Yes,
which
it does.
is a good
yes,
thing.
Yes, it does.
I had an opportunity to look at a variety of pieces. Some of them are very colorful. I think of the tennis player one. There's an eclipse one. There's some chair work.
He was so eclectic that he didn't work just in themes.
Well, thank you very much. We're glad to see it here.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow, what a beautiful place this is, and the art was amazing.
It is.
So
Great
how
spot.
do our folks out there get to view this beautiful art by Tim Townsley?
Some of his art will be on display in the Perez Art District coming up in December, so you can go there. And then, of course, also there was the website at the end of the video. So please take a look. He has some great art. And Claudia, you were in Santa Fe this weekend, where I think it was snowing, or at least cold. What did you see there?
It got down to the 20s at night, and I tried to talk these folks, which is our producer Alan and our friend Betty, into some horseback riding at Ghost Ranch to see where Georgia O'Keeffe painted and had her small cabin. But due to lack of visibility and winds pursuing, I petted the horses. I was ready to go, but we have to hold that till spring. And being in Georgia O'Keeffe country, we visited Abiquiu, which is her amazing 7,000-foot walled hacienda, where she was totally self-inclusive, from growing her own herbs, citrus, painting,
and this is open to the public?
Cooking, yes. Georgia O'Keeffe Home and Studio is where you go to find out about tours, which are so worth it for the landscape alone and taking a real peek into the life of Georgia O'Keeffe.
Next time you're in Santa Fe.
Oh, and not to be missed in Santa Fe is this amazing, beyond immersive experience called Meow Wolf.
Wow, what is that about?
Whoa, well, it is. Okay, you know what Beyond Van Gogh is like.
Oh, yes.
Well, this one is reality that you actually go into and experience. Over 70 rooms of lights and sound, and things start out totally normal in an old house.
I think it sounds great.
I crawl through the fireplace, not knowing where I'm going, and I'm coming towards a space pod with, I don't know, all these things happening. And I lost Alan and Betty immediately. Alan said he crawled through the refrigerator.
So is this only in Santa Fe?
Actually, no. Aside from Santa Fe, Denver and Las Vegas, and each experience is different. In Santa Fe, it's called House of Eternal Return. And it centers around this family of 4. They look very normal, but suddenly they disappear, they die, and you hear their voices in different rooms. There is a mystery to be solved, but you would probably need 3 or 4 hours to solve this mystery after you've crawled through these holes, gone to different dimensions, I would say.
Well, hopefully that will travel and come to the desert sometime.
Yes. I mean, there are so many artists involved in this production. I actually don't know how they do it. You know, it's really, really worth it. It's hard to explain how amazing this mind-bending experience is.
Sounds good to me.
So while I was immersed in a mind-bending experience, you, Conrad, were viewing a body-bending experience? I
had a different experience.
Okay.
I went to a production called Unbound, an Act of Bondage. This is a kink-themed production. It goes for about an hour or so, set in an opera-type setting. Now, yeah, you just got to think about that for a moment. And we're going to be showing a little clip in just a few minutes. Be forewarned. All right. What happens here very quickly is that it starts out with an example of one woman doing bondage to another woman, tying her up and such. And we're allowed to watch that and take pictures. However, when it turns over to the men doing the same thing, no cameras allowed. Why? I have no idea, but that's what happens, yes.
That's not very fair game.
It's not very fair game, exactly. And what's interesting is that this opera, for the 45 minutes that you watch this show or so, the first 15 minutes are a version of opera as the gentlemen are cruising each other, and then it's about a half hour of just sitting and watching someone be tied up. That may be someone's cup of tea, and if it is, more power to you. To me, that was not my thing.
It's a fantasy. Does this happen in real life?
There is a world of bondage out there.
Well, that I know.
Yes.
But operatic bondage?
No, not that I know.
Why don't we take a look?
Let's take a look.
Okay.
Runs until November 3rd. Enjoy. And for something completely different.
It's Martinis and Moxie.
Martinis and Moxie.
Back. November 16th. Get your tickets now for Viva Las Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas. You have to do it twice.
Where Alan and I will be entertaining in the Rotunda with the Martini Bar, as always, a great vintage car. Then we hit the stage where the dreamboats come alive, playing all their great Elvis tunes. We give you some fun facts about the movie, and then we roll into Viva Las Vegas.
It's going to be a blast. Where are our martinis?
You know,
Did we drink them
those.
already?
Yeah, maybe we did.
All right, everybody.
All right. Well, this has been a fun-filled week. Hope yours is too, and happy Halloween,
Happy Halloween
to all of you.
See you later.
Bye. Ha 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 ha.
You're going to do a scene with Boris Karloff. Your lines will appear right here. Read them loud and clear.
Come in. You know why I've asked you here. You must convince the villagers that I'm harmless. You're trembling. Are you afraid? Have some nice hot coffee. It's butternut. Like it? Butternut has found a way of making coffee richer without being bitter. Butternut has found a way of making coffee richer without being bitter. Take this. Oh, don't worry. I've lots more. Butternut coffee, regular and instant, rich but never bitter.
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. Monster from the slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
He did the mash.
he did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard
It
smash.
was a mash.
It caught on in a flash.
It was a mash.
He did the monster mash from my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast. The ghouls all came from their humble abode. The capture joke from my electrodes.
It was a mash.
Did the monster mash.
Crash.
Caught on in a flash.
The mash.
He did the monster mash. The zombies were having fun. The party had just begun. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula and his son.
It's a mash.
He did the monster mash.
It was a smash.
It was a graveyard
The
smash.
monster mash.
It was the monster mash.
It's a mash.
It caught on in a flash. The scene was rocking over, digging the sound. Rigger on chain back, bay and hound. The coffee bangers were about to arrive with the vocal group, the kick of the fire.
It was a mash.
He did the monster mash.
It was a smash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash.
Caught it on in a flash.
Mash. The
It's a monster mash. Out from his coffin, Drax's voice did ring. Seems he was troubled by just one thing. He opened the lid and shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania
He
twist?"
did the mash.
He did the monster mash.
It was a smash.
It was a graveyard
He
smash.
did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
Monster mash.
He did the monster mash. Now everything's cool. Drax part of the band, and that monster mash is the hit of the land. For you to live in this mash is not true. Get to my door, tell him Boris sent you.
The mash.
Graveyard
He
smash.
did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
The monster mash.
He did the monster mash. The monster mash.
The monster mash.
And now for something.
Welcome to Spooktacular Halloween.
They're crazy and a kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together kooky. The Addams Family. The house is a museum. When people come to see them, they really are scream. The Addams Family. So get the witch's show on, a broomstick you can crawl on, a bone to pay a call on, the Addams Family.
Neat, sweet,
Petite. And now, costume change. It's a left. Then you step to the right. With your hands on your head. And your knees in tight. Some pelvic thrust. That really drives you insane. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again.
It's so dreamy. Got to see me. Can't see me. No, not at all. In another dimension. The virus attention. That's seduced. I see it all.
With a bit of a mind flip.
You're into a time slip.
Nothing can ever be the same.
You're spaced on sensation.
Under sedation.
Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again.
Well, I was tapping down the street just a thinking the thing when a snick of a guy gave me the evil wing. He shook me up, took me by surprise. Pick up trouble with the devil's eye. He stared at me and I felt the chain. Time that nothing never would again. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. Just a jump to the left and a step to the right. With your hands on your hips. Bring your knees in high. But it's a velvet thrust that really drives you insane. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. I think it's time to hurry in. Well, good evening, everyone. That's our Halloween show. And now I'd like to bring back Miss Swan. Bring her back. Here she comes.
We hope you liked our show. We beg you not to go. We'll take it real slow.
Everyone have a delightful weekend.
Enjoy your Halloween.
And we won't be back on Tuesday.
No, because you know what day Tuesday
It's
is.
correction day.
We know all of you have cast your ballot while we cast our spells. And we will celebrate on Wednesday.
And now, a word from Vincent Price.
On evenings like this, I like to curl up with a good book. The sort of book that lets the imagination run away with you. If you're like me and enjoy the mysterious and the unexpected, you'll love The Enchanted World. A fascinating new series from Time Life Books about the legends, myths, and folk tales of ages past. These are the books that let you fly along with those unlucky spirits condemned to haunt the world of the living. You'll find yourself in a world where valiant warriors battle fearsome dragons and scaly creatures snatch away beautiful maidens. Each volume brings to life so vividly those inhabitants of the other world, witches and wizards, ghosts, goblins, and avenging knights. Call now and enter the enchanted world with the first book, Wizards and Witches. My favorite subject. It's an intriguing account of sorcery, spells, and deception. Other books include ghosts, fairies, and elves, and dragons. Painstakingly researched by the editors of Time Life Books, each volume is exquisitely illustrated and portrayed with masterworks of art. Each volume is superbly written and bound in luxurious fabric. Only remember, Once you're lured into the enchanted world, there's no telling where your imagination will take you.